Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this session. I'm Jeffrey, and I'm really happy to introduce today our tool called MAGFlow and BIgMAG, which has been quite successful. It has been awarded as a best poster in bioinformatics and also as a SIB remarkable output. So I'm really happy to share this today with you. This is a tool for exploring metagenomics data. So let's get started a bit with the content of the presentation that we'll have today. First, I will give a bit of context and what we need to know and where this tool will be useful for you. Now, we'll talk about the landscape or the how this tool it's framed within a specific landscape. Then I'll show you a bit of the pipeline architecture. Then we'll have a bit of cases of study, and then we'll see the application in action. Okay, and finally, of course, we will have some remarks. So first, we are framing this tool in a metagenomics context. For this, let's talk a bit about what metagenomics is. Basically, when we know that microbes are everywhere, they are present in almost all environments on Earth, and therefore they are in communities. They are interacting with each other. They produce some metabolized. They they carry out a vast variety of functions, and of course we are interested on studying them. And one of the techniques to study these communities is metagenomics. For this, we basically attempt to sequence the whole material that is present in the community. And one of the many approaches that there are to analyze this data is to recover MAGs. MAGs stand for metagenome assembled genomes. And here I can show you a simplified version of how MAGs are obtained. So basically, after the sequencing, when we receive the reads, we attempt to assemble them, and then this create longer sequences that we call contigs. And then with this contigs, we try to bin them and to create or to assemble the final or the draft genomes that we call MAGs. That's what we are seeing here. So in a simplified manner, this is the bioinformatics workflow to recover MAGs. But now let me ask you a question. How many tools you think there are out there to recover MAGs or to assemble the bins? This is a vast landscape, and there are many available options. Now, for this, I will leverage another tool that we are developing in our lab, which is called 2Pipe here. So I will show you how many pipelines there are to analyze or to recover MAGs. So here we are seeing a pipeline gallery, and then you'll see that there are many pipelines out there to assemble MAGs. So you might be wondering, so which one is the best? What are the features that I can obtain with one or another? How can I compare them? This is a difficult task because, for example, one of the important steps in the bioinformatics workflow is to measure the quality of the MAGs or the bins that you are obtaining. And if all of these pipelines that I'm showing you here have different software or tools to measure this quality, how will you compare them if you are getting different metrics? This is when MAGFlow and BIgMAG comes into action. Here I'm showing you the architecture of MAGFlow. MAGFlow, it's a Nextflow pipeline. And of course, it comes with all of the advantages that Nextflow has. For sure, it's scalable and reproducible. It's really easy to use. As you can see here, it's just a single command, really similar to it follows the NF core guidelines, so you wouldn't have any problem to run it. And what this pipeline actually does, so it takes the bins or the output from each of the pipeline, as you can see, and I will show you a bit about this later on, that you have many, or you can have as many folders as you like. This is the case with Nextflow, and then it is going to run different is going to run different quality tools. For example, BUSCO, CheckM2, QUAST, GUNC. With these tools, it is going to measure the quality or to establish the contamination, completeness, and many other metrics that we'll see on the dashboard in a bit. And is going to perform the taxonomical annotation with GTD-BTK. Through then, the pipeline is going to merge all of this information and is going to create one single file that you can use for the dashboard. This is possible because the parallelism that you obtain with Nextflow allows you to obtain all of the information just to merge them, and you will get a single file for the dashboard. Also, we have thought on people that may have run the tools before and they would like to use for example, the dashboard. So we have also prepared some scripts that can take the outputs from the software that you have run previously, and then you can just upload it to the dashboard, and then it will be useful for you. And then, as I said, it is a matter of just having your samples or the bins with you, the folders with your bins organized and in a way that you know where they are. Specify the output directory, and then it will be really easy to use. And now you might be wondering, okay, so what are exactly the case of a study where I can use or that we can leverage MAGFlow and BIgMAG? So I can show you here what we have done with this tool. For example, when we were starting our project, there was this universe or landscape of tools, and then we wanted to check, okay, whether they produce the same results, do we obtain the same metrics, how do they work? So for this, we selected some of the pipelines, for example, Atlas, NFCoreMag, SnakeMax, MetaRap, DATMA, and even another pipeline for hybrid assembly called Muffin. And then we just run all of them. We took the bins or the mags they produced, and then we run MAGFlow, and then with MAGFlow and BIgMAG, we established some conditions to compare them and to see what would be the differences in terms of the quality of the bins or mags we are obtaining. And there is another aspect where MAGFlow and BIgMAG can be useful. For example, during exploratory analysis, let's say that you have different samples from rhizosphere with rhizosphere, maize rhizosphere, and you want to compare them. You want to check how different they are, the mags that you can recover from one environment that are not present in another one. This can be done quickly with this tool. And there is even another application because, as I mentioned before, within the bioinformatics workflow, you use binning software. These are, for example, MetaBat2, MaxBin, now some other tools, SemiBin. And then you can compare only these tools, only the output of these tools to see how they are behaving, and you don't have to run the whole pipeline. So with this, we will have like three main cases of study: to compare pipelines, to compare binners, and to compare or to perform exploratory analysis of your sample. Because then, if you identify one single pipeline that suits all of your needs, then you can just run this one for all of your samples, and then you perform your exploratory analysis. Now, for the dashboard that which is a BIgMAG. Here you will, with this QR, you will have an online version that is comparing two environments. That is the exploratory analysis that I was talking before, where we perform we obtain some mags from soil and some others from rice straw, and then we are comparing the two environments. This is the dashboard that will leave you with this QR code. But I'm going to show you the version in where we compared. I'm gonna go back a bit, where we compare all of these pipelines. So I'm going to show you in a minute. So what we are seeing here is the output of MAGFlow. This is a single file that we obtained after running MAGFlow over the results or the mags or the bins that we obtained from all of these pipelines. And you can see here the one that I mentioned before: Atlas, DATMA, MetaRap, SnakeMax, NFCoreMag, and Muffin. So here we are seeing a concatenated output in a visual form. So here we are seeing different metrics, number of or percentage of max annotated at a certain level, some statistics comparing all of these, the percentage of mid-quality, high-quality max that we are obtaining from each of the tools. Here, this is the classic plot where we compare completeness against contamination. So this is a fully interactive dashboard where you can, for example, set the threshold to say, okay, these are indeed mid-quality max, and then you can explore more in detail. So this is coming from the interactivity that Plotly and Dash gives. Here, for example, with the output of QUAST, then you can change the parameters, and then you will see how different they are. And then, for example, in this case, you are seeing that there are differences. And for example, Muffin, which is a hybrid pipeline, is getting way different results as compared with the other one. Of course, is getting a whole sequences because it's using we used PacBioRead. So this is really straightforward to compare this kind of this kind of metrics. We have also here the GUNC. We can see the distribution in certain metrics for the beans that pass the GUNC test or not. We have also BUSCO, which is somehow similar to CheckM2. And I'm going to stop a bit in this plot, which is the output of GTDB-TK2. I don't know if in the audience there are people who have used GTDB-TK2 and have attempted to analyze the output, the tree that you obtained. Then, for example, you upload it to ITOL, and then you will see you try to collapse the branches, and it's a bit difficult. Here we are seeing a simplified manner where you can easily compare. Okay, there are some genera that are present in some of the samples, and some others are not, and then you can see how, for example, hybrid assembly gives you way more resolution power as compared with the other pipelines. So these are the kind of insights that we can obtain from this dashboard and from this plot specifically. We have also clustering of the samples or pipelines according to different metrics, and here is specified from each of the tools the metrics are coming from. And of course, you can explore the raw data that you are obtaining from the pipeline. This is everything that you are getting from MAGFlow. This is the single file that we are using, or that is being used to build the dashboard. Okay, so as you can see, this is a really complementary tool where you will have all of the hard work carried out by MAGFlow, and then you will get this visualization tool that it's fully interactive, and then you can customize it, and then you can obtain directly the plots from here. Now, just some remarks. As you can see, this is a tool that it's really useful to compare pipelines or software for binning, or you can perform exploratory analysis, and it's really useful when you want to explore it and you want to extract insights that or you can customize it for yourself. I want this view, I want this other, what is happening with this variable, what is happening with this other. Then it's up to you to extract the most from the tool. And something important here is that now we are working on integration with NF-CoreMag, mostly the dashboard. So basically, NF-CoreMag already encompasses all of the tools that MAGFlow has. So it would be really useful to have directly the same file that MAGFlow produces from NF-CoreMag to use it as input for BIgMAG. So this will be in the upcoming days, we will be announcing the integration. So this will be really useful. Also, we wrote a blog post where we depict all of the functional, where somehow showcase the functionalities that I just described with you here, and then it's in a simplified manner that you can check. And also we have the publication for you if you need more details about the work that we did with this tool. And finally, the acknowledgement, all of the people who somehow contributed to this work. Of course, my PI, Dr. Laurent Falquet, and the funding sources: Fundación de Research and Biochemie, Leading House for Latin America, and the Federal Commission for Scholarships for Foreign Students. And with this, I just want to thank you for this opportunity, and I will be happy to take questions.